Alright, so we're talking about valve guide clearance and the removal of the valves. First thing that we're going to look at is right here. You see, hold on, let me adjust the camera so you can see it better. See the little shiny thing in the center there? That is the valve stem. And so around that valve stem are two little keepers. And to remove those, you would take, well, they actually have a tool for it, but a lot of people just take a socket and give it a quick tap, and the keepers jump out, and that way you can remove the valve. Now, while we're talking about valves and removing them and measuring them, one of the reasons why we want to measure them is to make sure that it has the right clearance, because if the clearance is too big, oil could seep down past the valves, and then you would get like a blue smoke out of the exhaust pipe, just because the oil is getting past the point where where it should be, is actually getting into the combustion chamber. Alright, so one of the first things we want to do before we actually take out the valve stem is we want to use some like sandpaper or file down the stem, because it might have some mushrooming that could damage the valve guide walls. Alright, so a few other things that you want to check when you're measuring and inspecting the cylinder head is you want to check the clearance on all the shims and buckets. You want to check the clearance on the journals. Alright, and so now I'm going to show you guys how to get the keepers out. Alright, so next thing I'm going to show you guys is how to measure the valve guide walls. So I'm going to take this gauge, stick it in, and you would twist it until it becomes tight, but just loose enough that you can still move it up and down inside of there, and pull it out and measure it. Alright, after you've got the accurate measurement of the valve guide wall, you're going to measure what you got using the micrometer. Alright. I'm gonna get it one of this tight enough. As I have my friend Savage here, also want to measure the valve stem itself. That way you can check it, cross-reference it with the actual valve guide walls. One last way of measuring the valve guide in play would be to use a dial indicator. That's about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.